Hello everyone and welcome to a slice of my life. This video is my review of the Zhulinniao Qing Luan Z4 IEMs. I'd like to state upfront that as with all other audio peripheral related reviews I've done so far, I'm not an expert and I'm not an audiophile, so my approach to reviewing products like this is one from an average consumer or typical layman perspective. I understand a thing or two about audio stuff, but nowhere near the level of an expert, so I won't even try. If this is something important to you, then perhaps this video isn't for you. Now with that out of the way, I want to say thank you to Zhulinniao for sending this my way and allowing me more than a month's time to experience the Qing Luan Z4. You'll understand why as we progress through the video. Quick disclaimer, while Zhulinniao sent the IEMs to me, they had no input towards this video. Everything is based off my own experience and opinions. Let's kick things off with the unboxing, and this is probably the largest box I've seen for a pair of budget IEMs. Let me just say this first, the Qing Luan Z4 is priced at under $50 US. Yeah. The outer sleeve of the box has a beautiful black and rose gold theme with some spot UV treatment. You'll find the biggest USPs called out. The IEMs come with 2 styles of conduits as well as 3 styles of ear tips. The specs and the technical information is all listed on the back. It'll be too much for me to read, so I'll put them on screen somewhere for you to take a look. Slide the main box out of the sleeve and you'll be greeted with the main design of the Z4 with the Zhulinniao logo on it. Since we're talking about the logo, the words Zhulinniao literally translates to bamboo forest bird, and I love how this is the motif in their logo with a quaver, bamboo, and a bird. The box opens up via a side flap with a magnetic closure, and doing so reveals everything that comes in the package in a clean and neat layout, with the rose gold foil treatment tying the whole unboxing process into a single comprehensive experience. The user manual and instructions are located on the back of the cover, and I love the use of indexed cards for each section. It's all in Chinese and I'm quite shit at reading, so I'm gonna skip through all of that. All I can say is that the 4 main sections or cards are the user manual, instructions for how to put on the IEMs, and thankfully, this one has pretty self-explanatory graphics. An after sales card, and a card about the Zhulinniao brand. Next, let's check out the storage case. It's a semi-hard shell case with a soft, smooth faux leather outer shell. Inside, you'll find the 102-core silver-plated copper wire with a 0.78mm dual-pin interface, along with extra transparent and red O-rings for each nozzle or conduit type. There is another variant of the Z4 that has a microphone on the wire, but the version I have in hand does not have a microphone. They've included a Velcro cable organizer to help keep things neat, and the connectors all look pretty well made. Next, let's look at the ear tips. There are 3 different styles of ear tips in 3 different sizes each. Each style will result in a different effect on the audio output. I'll talk about them in a bit, so let's move on for now. Next, the 2 little metal studs peeking out are actually the extra conduits or nozzles. These are the ones that Zhulinniao has fitted with red O-rings. Just like the ear tips, the 2 different nozzle styles will also have an effect on the audio output. And of course, last but not least are the main monitor units. They are full metal units made in a zinc alloy, and the chassis design is stunning. The top half of the faceplate features a frosted finish that has a really nice texture, and the rest of it has a mirror polish finish. The lower half area sports the same design motif as on the box, which is the Zhulinniao logo with a design that looks like a cloud in the style of traditional Chinese art. The rest of the chassis has the same frosted finish as the top half of the faceplate, and this two-tone style is pretty darn eye-catching. Taking a quick look around the units, you'll see the connector sockets with the left and right side markings. The units also come pre-installed with the other style of nozzles that have the transparent O-rings. Don't forget that there are extra O-rings in the case. Now, let's take a closer look at the conduits, aka the nozzles. The Z4 comes with a set of nozzles installed, with another set of nozzles in a different style included in the box. The ones that are installed are a wire mesh style and are fitted with transparent O-rings, while the other is a slot style and are fitted with red O-rings. For the rest of this video, I'll be using the O-ring colors to differentiate between the 2. To swap out a nozzle, just unscrew the respective nozzle from the chassis and screw in the other. It's that simple. The lips of the nozzles feature some knurling that provide a good grip, especially when making sure they're installed tightly. These knurls are well done and do not bite. The inclusion of so many spare O-rings in the case makes me feel like these O-rings don't last long, but I've changed nozzles about 6 times in total over the past month, and my O-rings look fine, so I haven't had any need to replace them. According to Zhulinniao, the transparent nozzles provide a more balanced tuning, while the red nozzles enhance the high frequencies. Next, we shall move on to the ear tips. I'll talk about them from top to bottom in the order that they were presented in the box. The first set is Zhulinniao's Zhu rhyme ear tips. I've also heard this being referred to as the bamboo ear tips, probably because of the bamboo green colored stem, as well as Zhu being in its name. So I'll just call this the bamboo tips for the rest of the video. From what I understand, these are Zhulinniao's trademark ear tips that's made of mixed latex and features what they call a unique rippling sound transmission structure that's geared towards a natural sound that brings out details in the audio you're listening to. The second set of ear tips are a smoke grey silicone ear tip with a red coloured stem. These are geared towards enhancing low frequencies, which basically means making the bass a little stronger. I don't know if there is a specific name for these ear tips, so I'm gonna call these the smoke grey ear tips. Lastly are a set of white silicone ear tips that are geared towards enhancing the mid and high frequencies, which means that vocals, most instruments, and sounds of higher frequencies like hi-hats will be emphasized. Installing or taking off ear tips are pretty easy. Just pop them onto the nozzle or gently ease them off. If you're afraid of damaging the ear tips, then the simple advice I can give you is just don't be too rough and you'll be fine. Of course, you can also use other ear tips that fit the nozzle, but for this video I wanted to keep things within what's included in the original package. There are a lot of technical details about the main Z4 units, like a patented acoustic structure, a DLC diaphragm, a copper-clad aluminum wire coil and things like that, but because I don't know much about them, what I'll do is put a link to the Z4 sales page in the description box, and that's where you can find the full details and specs of these IEMs. Where I can come in, as I said at the start of this video, is my thoughts and opinions about the Zhulinniao Qing Luan Z4 IEMs from an average consumer or layman perspective, and that is what I'm gonna do right now. When it comes to music, I keep a pretty open mind and listen to a wide range of music genres. Lately, however, I've been listening to a lot of amapiano and a pretty niche genre called slap house. Also, my current earworm is Bling Bang Bang Born by Creepy Nuts. All of these are bass-heavy genres, so overall, if you're a bass head, then to put it bluntly, you probably won't enjoy the Z4s, but allow me to elaborate a little more. Over the past month, I've tried the Z4s out with different nozzles and different ear tips, and even got Emma to help me out with the blind test. In the end, the configuration I enjoyed the most was the smoke grey ear tips with the transparent nozzles. Whenever the red nozzles were installed, I always felt that the highs were a bit too much for me, regardless of the ear tip style. Even in my favorite configuration, the music I listened to definitely sounded more natural or more flat, in my words, compared to other IEMs, earphones or headphones that I own. While bass sounds and lower frequencies come through clearly, they don't have the same type of rumble that I'm used to. On the other hand, vocals and some instruments sound clearer and seem to have better fidelity or quality, even though I'm making my comparisons by listening to music on Spotify with my laptop or phone. About the comfort of the Z4s, I have used them for hours on end, with the longest session being about 6 hours during a work from home day, and I've got no complaints so far. One of the key factors, like with every other IEM, is finding the right fit for the ear tips. Too small and they don't seal properly, too large and they will eventually cause some discomfort. The main units themselves are pretty hefty since they're made of zinc alloy, but if you refer to the graphics in the instructions, you'll see that they're meant to sit in a kind of vertical orientation and they just stay there comfortably. Now as we approach the end of the video, the golden question is whether I would recommend these IEMs, and my answer is a strong yes, but it is not for everyone. If you are someone that really can't do without strong, pronounced, rumbling bass that shakes the very core of your soul, then no, stay far, far away from these. But if you are someone that seeks a more natural sound profile with what I would say is pretty good clarity for a budget range IEM, then these are good to go. If you enjoy a sound profile with more pronounced mid and high ranges, then this should definitely be a strong consideration. In terms of value for money, you're getting a full metal build, a pretty good wire, 0.78mm dual pin sockets, which means that there are a ton of alternate wire options in the market, 2 2 styles of nozzles with replacement O-rings, 3 styles of ear tips with 3 sizes each, and a case. Then at under $50 this is a steal. If you're still on the fence about the Z4s, then factor in the amount of customizability this offers. I, for one, really enjoyed the process of trying out every possible configuration. What I'll be doing next is to try it out with the other ear tips that I currently own. I don't know what to expect. I don't know if I'll end up just sticking to my current config, but what I'm certain about is that I know I'll enjoy that process. If you're interested in the Zhulinniao Qing Luan Z4, I'll have links in the description box for you to check out. And that is it, everyone. Thank you so much for sharing in this slice of my life. Well, this was my first IEM review. Please leave a comment and let me know how I did. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please clicky the likey. Please also consider subscribing and remember to hit the bell while you're at it. It helps the channel out a lot. Once again, this video was all about the Zhulinniao Qing Luan Z4 IEMs. A huge thank you goes out to Zhulinniao for making this happen, and I will catch all of you in my next slice. Bye!